Hi there! Today we're going to be talking eggplants. Eggplant is a very versatile vegetable. It comes in so many different sizes, colors, shapes, and different diameters. I'm going to be using two types today. One is the narrower diameter, which the shorter version can be also hollowed and stuffed. And I'm going to be using this for an eggplant stew that involves tomatoes, potatoes, onion, and garlic. It's delicious, it's vegan, which suits many people's needs nowadays. And the other one, I just wanted to show you the type that is known for most. We can grill it, barbecue it, turn it into a dip, delicious one called baba ganoush. I have cut the eggplants I have to an egg size slices here. Normally, traditionally actually, we fry those in a hot shallow oil until they are nice and tender. But for people who would like to eliminate more oil use, because eggplant is like a sponge. It can actually absorb a lot of oil unless you are soaking it with water and salting it and squeezing the water out of it. And it's a long process. And today's life is much faster paced. So there are options and there are a variety of ways doing same dish, which also can make it healthier. And that's the choice I'm making today. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna air fry it. For that, I will add about 3 tablespoons of olive oil onto the eggplant. I'm just gonna mix them together for the oil to go all over, and I will air fry it. You can also roast it in the oven under the grill until it's taking color. Because we're going to be cooking it in the pot afterwards, so it doesn't need to be cooked all the way through. We just need to give it that nice color and charred taste a little bit. So I have mixed the olive oil into the eggplant. I'm gonna put a layer onto my air fryer pan here, and I'm gonna put it into the air fryer until it is ready to be used for our dish. The same thing you do with the potatoes. You choose about 3 potatoes, medium-sized potatoes. You chop it into also size like a small egg, a little bit smaller than the eggplant, because the eggplant cooks fast and it melts away. The potato is gonna keep its shape. So I make it into a size of a walnut almost. And after I'm done with frying the eggplant, I'm gonna also air fry the potatoes. Now every time I say air fry, you can make the choice and really fry them in a pan too. I'll show you how they look when they're done. While the potatoes are frying, I'm gonna start the stew. In the pot, I'm gonna put a tiny bit of olive oil, about a tablespoon. And I'm gonna add to that the chopped onions. Mix until it's translucent. At this point, I will also add the crushed tomatoes. I'll turn the heat down for the flavors to incorporate with each other and melt. that same can, I'm gonna add the tomato paste, a heaping tablespoon. And I will also fill half of the can with warm water to melt the tomato paste, and this we will add after we add the eggplants and potatoes. We can also add, as a nice flavor, oregano to this dish if you wish. Traditionally, it's not done with oregano, just simple salt and pepper. At this point, I fried the eggplant right there. I salted it a little bit after I fried it to build up flavors. I'm gonna put that in. Here's the potatoes as well. And I will add some salt on those. Mix. I'm adding the tomato paste with the hot water, and at this point you will be able to tell if you need more sauce to be added, so you add a little bit more water if you wish, or some more tomatoes, but I think the tomato amount I have is more than enough. I just make sure to mix really well, and I'll let it cook on medium-low until all the flavors mingle together. At that point, I'm gonna taste to see that the pepper and the salt is the way I like it to be, and at that point, if I choose to add oregano, I will be adding it then, because oregano, if it boils too much and cooks too much, it turns bitter. The stew is finished and it looks beautiful. I added a little bit more water as it was cooking because I felt that the water was absorbed fast and it needed a little bit more for everything to soften and become really soft to the extent that when you put a fork in it, it just melts down. But that is the reason that you shouldn't also mix vigorously or with a spoon. Just try to move the pot a little bit so you keep them intact for the look at the end. At this point, basil will lift up the flavor and make it really fresh. You know, a few leaves of basil. I don't have basil. It's still not the season, but I had thyme in my garden. I just put it for decoration. But at this point, I'm gonna also add some parsley that will brighten the dish, and I'll show you how to serve it. This dish is served just like this. You make sure you have a little bit of everything that has cooked, and at this point you also can add a little bit of fresh olive oil. I said to reduce olive oil as you cook because it's for healthier reason. You know that olive oil, when it's heated, it loses its value of antioxidants and all the good benefits of the olive oil because it breaks down. But when it's fresh, it's always good for you, and it really adds a little touch to the end result. And this dish can be eaten with crusty baguette or any hearty breads that are crusty and delicious, and you enjoy. Very good, very good. Not heavy. It's just you can taste the flavors of the fresh tomato. This was canned tomato, but it was crushed tomato. which tends to give that freshness into it. So if you're cooking it in the summer, I advise to use fresh tomatoes and crush them. It's just awesome, delicious. Enjoy.